In the heart of ancient Italy, on the banks of the Tiber River, a single city would rise to dominate the known world. Its legions carved roads into mountains, its emperors wielded power across continents, and its ideals still shape our societies today. This is Rome, from its humble beginnings to its epic ascent and ultimate decline. According to legend, Romulus founded Rome in 753 BC after killing his twin, Remus. But archaeological evidence reveals something more complex, a cluster of Latin hilltop villages that gradually merged, homes of shepherds, farmers, and tradesmen. By around 600 BC, Rome was influenced by the Etruscans, who ruled as kings, introduced early writing, religion, and city planning. Then came the Revolution. In 509 BC, Rome's aristocrats expelled the last king, Tarquin the Proud, and ushered in the Republic. The new republic was led by annually elected consuls and a senate of patricians. Yet power was unequal, and plebeians, the common people, demanded share and reforms. Through peaceful resistance and calls for justice, they secured the 12 Tables in 450 BC, Rome's first codified law, and offices like tribunes to protect plebeian rights. Meanwhile, war with neighbors like the Latin League and Etruscans forged Rome's military prowess. The Samnite Wars, 343 to 290 BC, gave Rome dominance in central Italy. Then came the shocking clash with Carthage, the Punic Wars. The First Punic War, 264 to 241 BC, saw Rome build a fleet, copying a Carthaginian quinquereme and adding the corvus boarding device. Though they triumphed, the war left Rome with massive debt and control of Sicily. The Second Punic War, 218 to 201 BC, is legendary. Hannibal's crossing of the Alps with elephants, his triumph at Cannae, and his bold approach to Rome itself, all a testament to his genius. Yet Rome's resilience under Fabius, the delayer, and the counterstroke by Scipio Africanus at Zama brought victory. Carthage was humbled. Rome now ruled the western Mediterranean. Rome didn't just conquer, it assimilated. Through its sophisticated system of alliances, including Latin allies and municipia, Rome incorporated Italy into its orbit. The Third Punic War, 149 to 146 BC, ended with the destruction of Carthage. Greece and Macedonia soon followed. Rome now controlled whirlwinds of power, but expansion piled up new problems: landlessness, military overreach, and social unrest. Internal decay accelerated. Wealthy senators and generals, Marius, Sulla, clashed and wielded armies to seize political power, violating tradition. Populist reformers like the Gracchi brothers sought redistribution but perished violently. The Republic teetered. It was Caesar's rise that shook the foundations, conquering Gaul, amassing popularity, and yielding unstoppable power. Crossing the Rubicon in 49 BC, he declared, Alia iacta est, the die is cast, and plunged Rome into civil war. His reign included sweeping reforms, calendar, debt relief, veterans' rights, but his rise to perpetual dictatorship troubled the Senate. On March 15, 44 BC, his murders in the Senate triggered chaos, splintering into battles among his heirs. Octavian, Mark Antony, and Lepidus formed the Second Triumvirate. Their brutal proscriptions crushed rivals, and Octavian emerged victorious after defeating Antony and Cleopatra at Actium in 31 BC. By 27 BC, the Senate granted him the name Augustus, and bestowed him Imperium Maius and Proconsular Imperium, making him princeps. Thus, the Republic ended, conquered by an empire with a single ruler. Under Augustus and his successors, Rome entered the Pax Romana, a 200-year era of peace and prosperity. Tiberius, Caligula, Claudius, Nero, volatile emperors, some ill-regarded, gave way to the good emperors, Nerva, Trajan, who brought Rome to its territorial peak, Hadrian, who consolidated borders, built his wall, Antoninus Pius, and Marcus Aurelius, philosopher king. Infrastructure thrived: roads, aqueducts, amphitheaters, and baths, all underpinned by a legal system that survives in our jurisprudence. The 3rd century crises were harsh, emperors died violently, civil wars erupted, and the plague of Cyprian decimated the population. Inflation soared. The empire nearly fractured. Diocletian, r. 284 to 305 AD, restructured power, tetrarchy, price edicts, stronger bureaucracy. Constantine, r. 306 to 337 AD, reunified a bit, embraced Christianity in 313 AD, and founded Constantinople in 330 AD, burying the old Rome at dusk. Religious, cultural, and economic centers shifted eastward. Meanwhile, the Western Empire staggered. Weakened by shrinking recruitment, fiscal exhaustion, and vicious barbarian incursions, its dominance frayed. The sack of Rome by the Visigoths in 410 AD, Vandals in 455 AD, and deposition of Romulus Augustulus by Odoacer in 476 AD are often marked as the end, though Rome was kneeling already. But Rome's structures continued in fragments, through the papacy, barbarian kingdoms, and memory of Roman law and institutions. Legacies were far from dead. In the east, Byzantium, New Rome, endured until 1453, preserving Roman law, Greek philosophy, and Christian faith. Its emperors carried Roman legacy forward, though in different garb. Meanwhile, the idea of Rome inspired medieval Europe. Charlemagne crowned Emperor of the Romans, in 800 AD, the Holy Roman Empire proclaimed itself heirs, Renaissance thinkers revived Roman arts and architecture. The Latin language shaped Romance languages. Roman engineering still stands, aqueducts in Segovia, roads across Macedonia, Colosseum in Rome. Rome teaches us that greatness is fragile. Power, when centralized, can build empires, but unchecked, it can corrupt. Law and citizenship empower societies, while neglect and inequality can erode them. Yet the spark of Rome still glows, influencing how we govern, build, and think about civilization. From mud huts beside the Tiber to imperial majesty, Rome's 200-year arc encompassed majesty and ruin, but the city's spirit endures. That is the legacy of Rome.